Hey everyone, good Friday. I'm Vicky Nguyen. My co-anchor Morgan Radford is off today. NBC News Daily starts right now. Welcome to NBC News Daily this Friday. We will start with that earthquake shaking the East Coast just about an hour ago. Aaron McLaughlin joins us now. Aaron, this is not an everyday occurrence here on the East Coast. I know you've spent time in LA. I'm from the Bay Area in California. Let's talk about the reaction from officials in New York. The governor just had a press conference, New Jersey as well. Talk to us about what they're saying. At 30 Rock, as was I was on the 5th floor, didn't feel a thing. What about you? Tell us about what you're hearing in terms of reports around New York City and any signs or reports of damage or injury at this point.
Yeah, so far, no.
Correspondent Aaron McLaughlin. Aaron, thank you so much. And we want to stay on this topic. We're bringing in William Yeck now. He's a geophysicist with the U.S. Geological Survey. William, good to have you here with us. So give us some context here. If you're not one that lives on the West Coast, accustomed to earthquakes and earthquake drills, how rare is it for an earthquake like this, of this magnitude, to hit the Northeast?
Yeah, it's not very common. I mean, as you mentioned,
New York, but the epicenter was there in, I think, in Lebanon, New Jersey. Initially a 4.8, they downgraded a little bit. Now it's back up. I know no one can predict aftershocks, but typically if there is an aftershock, is it a lower magnitude than the original quake?
Yeah, that's typical.
Good news, and so far, no major injuries or any injuries that we know of at this point or major damage. Talk a little bit about the preparation. Obviously, you know, earthquakes are on our mind after what happened in Taiwan. What are our buildings like here on the East Coast in terms of retrofitting bridges the same?
Yes, I mean, we
of inspecting their homes, as we heard Governor Hochul say, they are masters of disaster here in New York. But on an individual homeowner or building dweller level, what should you be doing at this point after a 4.8 quake?
Yeah, I think one thing to keep in mind is that after you feel an earthquake, you know, there are chances for aftershock.
And hold on, research geophysicist for the U.S. Geological Survey, William Yeck. William, thanks for your time this afternoon. All right, well, a brand new jobs report smashing expectations, according to the Labor Department. That's interesting to see where the biggest gains came. Do you have any idea where the biggest losses are coming? And then talk to us about this snapshot, because we've had 11 rate hikes from the Federal Reserve so far. They're trying to get to that magical 2% number. How does this help or hurt?
So one thing we're closely watching, these construction jobs are, you know, people don't feel it.
Yeah.
And we could see if they keep rates higher for longer, does that risk hurting the job market eventually and tipping the economy into recession? So the Fed really is fraught here with this balancing act.
And you will be here to help us walk that tightrope. NBC News senior business correspondent Christine Romans. Christine, thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, keep it on your money now. Turning now to our CNBC Money Minute. Apple is laying off more than 600 employees weeks after scrapping its electric car project. This is according to a new state filing in California. CNBC markets and investing reporter Pippa Stevens joins us now. So, Pippa, let's talk about these jobs. Which ones were cut? Could there be more downsizing because of this canceled car project?
Hey, Vicky. Well, position New York, the Yankees have their opener today.
I know, and we got NCAA, the Final Four tonight for women's. Oh, and it's going to be so exciting. CNBC markets and investing reporter Pippa Stevens. Thank you, Pippa. Well, in case you haven't heard, the total solar eclipse is just 3 days away. More than 31 million Americans, right?
I sure can't. Nothing at all.
And then when you are looking through those up at the sun, what will you see?
You will see
pain. Your retina could be damaged. And I think people really need to know you won't feel the damage, but later it will cause you to have blurry vision or perhaps permanent damage to your eyes.
That's right.
I want to move on to this cereal box that you have here. Tell me about this. What is it?
This is a little pinhole projector camera. I made this last night. It's got white cardboard at the very bottom, and then you make a pinhole here by cutting out the top. Basically, what you'll do if you make one of these is you'll
into the box. You're not looking up at the sky. Can I see that real quick? So you said you cut a hole in the top of the cereal box, and then at the bottom you put just regular, like a white piece of paper cardboard at the very bottom here, white cardboard. Okay, and then another hole on this side, foil, and then I don't know if y'all can see, but there's a little tiny pinhole.
I choose a nail.
Just one little, but you're going to look in here.
That's right. That's right. And then you want the sunlight to be coming in.
So the sun would be behind you.
Exactly.
You're looking here, and this is the safe way to see the eclipse. without looking directly up at it if you don't have glasses.
Exactly.
Oh, I love this. And you can do it with a cereal box, any box that you've got
That's
at
right.
your home. Consumer Reports Associate Health Editor, Catherine Roberts, a pleasure to have you. Thanks for rushing onto the set with us.
Thank you so much.
We appreciate you.
You bet.
All right, and we want to move on now and bring in NBC News correspondent Priscilla Thompson. She's live for us in Grapevine, Texas. That is right outside of Dallas, in the path of totality. I'm so jealous of you, Priscilla. Talk to me about what the cities there are doing to make the most out of this rare event. Are you already starting to see a ton of tourists come in too?
Yeah, with them. So it is sure to be a good time here. And they've been working on this bourbon, mind you, for 3 years. So it gives you a sense of how long businesses here have been preparing. Vicky?
I love it. They're fully leaned in, totally invested. I hate to be the bearer of a little bit of bad news, Priscilla, but tell us about the weather. There's a chance of rain there. What does that mean for folks who want to see this eclipse? Love it. Take a sip for me. Have that burger for me, too. NBC News correspondent Priscilla Thompson live in Dallas for us with the great assignment there. Thank you so much, Priscilla. And welcome back. It is 12:30 in Bluefield, West Virginia, and right here in New York City. Thanks for being with me. I'm Vicky Nguyen. Here's what's now from New York City. Aaron, it's good to see you. So typically, aftershocks tend to be of a lower magnitude than the original quake. What are officials advising people to do right now to be aware of?
Yeah, Vicky. Well, Governor Kathy Hochul injuries, but the assessment is ongoing. Vicky.
Yeah, that's all good news in terms of the damages and injuries. Aaron, take us a little deeper into this idea of the assessments and what engineers and inspectors are going to be out doing at this point, because, as you know, New York home to so many bridges and high-rises. Israel's military just announced today it fired 2 senior officers and reprimanded 3 others for their role in those Gaza airstrikes that killed 7 joins me now. So White House National Security Council spokesperson John Kirby told NBC's Today Show that the U.S. will have to make what he called meaningful changes if Israel does not shift its policies in Gaza. What could those changes look like, and what else are you hearing from U.S. officials at this point?
Yeah, Vicky, well, I think the big question here is whether or not the...
I want to ask you about World Central Kitchen and its founder, Jose Andres, who has been extremely outspoken from day one on this. How is he reacting to this potential policy shift? Is it enough?
Well, he's reacting quite...
Yeah, he's been incredibly outspoken, and it's a very important voice. NBC News international correspondent Matt Bradley. Matt, thank you so much. We turn now to an NBC News exclusive. Music mogul Sean Diddy Combs is now the defendant in another lawsuit, this one involving his son, Christian Combs. A woman has accused Christian of sexually assaulting her while she was working on a yacht chartered by his father in 2022. Sean Combs is accused of aiding and abetting. Reps for both men have not yet responded to comment on this particular incident, but Sean Combs has denied all recent allegations against him. There's a lot to unpack here. NBC News entertainment correspondent Chloe Malas joins me now. Chloe, thank you for being here. So this is the first time that Christian Combs is being accused of sexual assault in a lawsuit of this type. What can you tell us what is in the lawsuit?
So this woman, Clay News exclusively obtained, there are pictures of bruises on her arm.
Those audio clips could be really important evidence. NBC News entertainment correspondent Chloe Malas. Chloe, thank you very much. Well, we're learning new details in that high-speed Dallas freeway crash linked to Kansas City Chiefs player. It is a big weekend for college basketball fans, with both NCAA tournaments now down to the Final Four. The women. Sam Brock joins me now. Fascinating look at how this is all working over such a short period of time. I think what you taught us is that there's no real uniformity to this. There's no real oversight. So where do things go from here?
So Congress, right, is looking at a number of bills. Vicky, can just go to the best offer that they get for NIL from school to school every single year. That's what Saban was talking about and what Congress or someone has to do to regulate.
All right, NBC News sport correspondent, not sports correspondent, Sam Brock. Sam, thank you so much. We appreciate you.
Thanks.